Hey there, welcome, welcome. I'm so excited that you are here and able to join me. This is the Marketing for Sleep Consultants workshop. I am Marley Klaus. I am very excited to be here with you today, and we will go ahead and jump in. So, just so you know, I will be here with you live the entire time. I'm going to play a pre recorded video of the workshop because I tend to lose my voice. And I want to make sure that I have my voice here and ready whenever we are jumping into live questions. So I will be here the entire time. I will be interacting with you in the comments. And I will also be here live at the end to share and answer questions and engage with you live then. So feel free to drop any questions that you have in the comments below the video as we go, and I will be sure to address them at the end. Or I will even, answer them along the way if needed as we go. So let me go ahead and let's see, I'm going to do this and let me present that video. 1 second. Here we go. You are in the right place if you are a working mom who desires more balance and fulfillment, or you are a stay at home mom who is looking for something to call your own and a way to earn a little bit of extra income, or maybe you are a doula, nanny, or other postpartum professional and you want to add to your skill set and increase your income without having to be in more families' homes. Or maybe you are a certified sleep consultant already and you went through another program and now you feel like you need additional support with marketing, or you just want another certification and additional place to have a community. Either way, no matter which category you fall in, you are in the right place. And I just want to say, you are not crazy for wanting more out of life. You are smart, you are successful, and maybe you're stuck in a job that drains you, which I absolutely relate to. You maybe want more time, more purpose, and more presence with your family. And you're probably wondering, can I really make this work? So, again, if this is you, if these are thoughts that have gone through your head, you are in the right place. You're also in the right place if you've been told that a stable corporate job is the only or the best way to earn a solid income. You desire to be more present with your family, but you know that you cannot lose out financially. Or you are ready to break the vicious cycle that takes place each week, but you don't know how. You know what I'm talking about, that feeling of approaching Monday each week where you're dreading going back to work and you wish you could just stay home with your kids, or you wish that you just had more time for yourself. This training is not for you if you are looking for a get rich quick scheme. This is a business and it's going to take passion and work. And it is not for you if you are not interested in helping other moms through a difficult time in their lives. You need to be excited about the idea of impacting families' lives and of making a difference in families' lives. So here's what we're going to talk about today. We are going to talk about how to know if this is the right business for you so that you don't waste your valuable time or money. We're also going to talk about how other sleep consultants have found massive success through our program, even when they had no background in business. And then we're also going to talk about how you can launch your business in 3 months or less so that you can be well on your way to ditching that 8 to 5. So I am Marley. I am the owner of the Cradle Coach Academy and the Cradle Coach. I have absolutely built the career that I once dreamed of. I couldn't even have imagined what it has become. I was once in a job that looked really, really great on paper and I was checking all the boxes, but it drained me. I was not passionate about it. I wasn't excited about what I was doing. And most importantly, I was missing out on so much time with my kids. I ended up becoming a certified pediatric sleep consultant and I started doing work that matters. And I was able to be more present with my family, which we'll talk about in a little bit. I also have now been able to help hundreds of women. We've trained over 500, close to 600 women at this point, so that they were able to gain clarity and get the strategy and the support that they needed to find success in their business. So the bottom line of this is, if I can do it, so can you. I am not special. There's nothing different about me. All that it took was the fact that I was passionate about this work and I wanted to make it happen. And I did that. I made it happen. And now I can show you how to do that as well. So, sleep consulting has absolutely changed my life in so many different ways. It's hard to even explain, but I will do my best. So, in 2020, I became a mom for the third time. My daughter Ella was born, and my entire world changed. Something about going from 2 to 3 kids was a massive shift in my life. I knew that my career needed to change with it. I had this thought in my head that kept popping up, and I could not push it away. And that thought was, there has to be more to life than this. And what I mean by than this is I felt like I was spinning my wheels. I felt like my entire life revolved around getting promoted at work, earning more money, getting a better schedule, being able to get to a better position in my life, whatever that meant. And I felt like I was constantly just working towards checking off more boxes. But what that left me with was not a lot of time for personal life, not a lot of time for family life. And I literally felt like I was dreading every single week when I had to go to work. I would find myself on Sundays literally telling everybody who would listen, I can't believe the weekend is over. Oh my gosh, how is it already Sunday? I don't want to go to work tomorrow. And I would be just dreading that start of the new week. So I went from that to waking up to messages like this. It was literally life changing. I remember looking at one of the first messages that I got from one of the first moms that I worked with, where she sent me a message early in the morning letting me know that she was absolutely shocked that her baby slept through the night for the first time in 9 months. And I was so excited for her. And I was so excited that I was able to bring that change to her life and support her through that. And I remember literally rolling over and waking my husband up and showing him the message and being on the verge of tears and sharing with him that I finally found what I was meant to do with my life. And that was a life changing moment for me because it showed me not only was I able to do this, was I able to actually help people make a change in their life, but I also felt, again, for the first time ever, that I'd found what my purpose was. And so I've never looked back. I have done everything in my power since then to ensure that I was able to continue doing this long term. So, fast forward 7 months from there, I got certified in less than 2 months. I grew my business super quickly and I left my $150,000 salary job 7 months after getting certified. My school age kids, I have a 9-year-old, 7-year-old, and 4-year-old. My 9-year-old and 7-year-old no longer go to after school care. They used to be in school basically from 7 a.m. until I picked them up at like 6:30 p.m. because of work. Now I pick them up at 3:30 every single day. They're able to do after school activities, which they never did before. And we are able to spend more enjoyable time together. We don't feel like we are rushing every moment of every day like we did in the past. My 4-year-old stays home with me 2 days a week. She's about to start full-time pre-K, which I'm so sad about. But I'm so grateful that I had a couple of years with her home with me where we were able to spend that precious time together that we will literally never get back and that I didn't get with my older two children whenever they were her age. So all of that to say is like, I wish I had done this earlier, right? I wish that I had found this path sooner. And I wish that I had had that time that I had with my 4-year-old, with my 7 and 9-year-old. But I'm grateful that I have found it now. And I'm grateful that I'm in the position I'm in now. My entire life changed. And from what I just said, you can probably feel that really it feels like it started the moment that I chose to become a sleep consultant. It shifted everything for me. And like I said earlier, if I can do it, you can too. I am not special. There is nothing special about me. I just put in the work and I figured things out. And now I've put everything that I learned from growing my business so quickly into our program so that our students are starting 10 steps ahead of others. Even though I am now further ahead than you are, it still just means that I'm just a mom who decided to take a chance and I started. And now I am where I am because of that. And you can be there too. So I know what you're thinking right now because it's not only exactly what I was thinking before I got started, but it's also what I hear from our prospective students every single day. And that is, I'm not a marketer. So what you're really saying or thinking whenever you're thinking that is, I can't be successful. I can't do this. I don't know how to do this. I won't be able to find clients. But it's not true. And you are not alone in that thought. I cannot tell you how many times I have heard that from people. And then 3 months later, they're messaging me, telling me how they got their first client or how they just paid back their initial investment in our program. So it is possible for you too. And here's what we have seen from our students who are successful. When you're clear, confident, and consistent, you don't have to have a huge following. You don't have to be salesy. And as a matter of fact, it's better if you're not salesy. And you do need to have a simple strategy that works. And that is exactly what we provide to you. So the reality is, our goal is for all of our students to earn back their investment within 90 days of launching their business. And many do it faster, which we'll show you some examples in just a bit. Sleep consulting is a high demand service. There is not a shortage of clients, and there are so many families who are actively searching for solutions and are willing to pay for that expert help. You are a special person. You are different from anybody else, and people are going to be drawn to work with you. Maybe they know somebody who is in your close circle, or they know somebody who worked with you previously, or they're just going to connect with you because of who you innately are, and that makes you different. This is a business that is currently riding the wave up, and we are nowhere near the top. We need so many more successful and really, really great sleep consultants to be able to meet the demand. You can start signing paying clients within days of completing your training. You do not have to wait a long time to see a return on investment. We have several students who already had people lining up to work with them before they even graduated from our program. So it is absolutely possible to be in that situation. So one thing that I want you to think about, especially if you work full-time in corporate or even part-time in corporate, you need to stop trading time for dollars. You can work part-time as a sleep consultant and still earn a full-time income, because with sleep consulting, you are not trading hours for dollars in the same way that a traditional job does. Your services are high value and they are scalable. You are charging a premium fee for the work that you do, and then you are supporting the families that you're working with in the time frames that work for you. You get to set your hours, you get to set your pricing, and of course we help you with all of that. But the bottom line is you get to decide what this business looks like, because it is yours and yours alone. So before we dive in, I know that this may seem silly to get into, because if you are in this marketing workshop, you probably already know the answer to this, but let's just get it out there so that we are all on the same page. So what is a sleep consultant? A sleep consultant is, number one, most important, a judgment-free listener. We are there to talk to the families about everything that has been going on in their sleep with their children. And we are there to listen to that from a judgment-free standpoint. We are not going to tell them that they messed up. We are going to tell them that they are in a very similar position to so many other families. We are going to tell them that we have helped so many other families that have started exactly where they are today, and we can help them see results. Number two, we are a sleep gap identifier. So if you love solving mysteries, if you love looking at problems and being able to come up with a solution, this is for you, which goes straight into number three. You are a problem solver. You are there to identify what is going on in this family's sleep situation that needs to be course corrected in order to see the results that they're looking for. And then lastly, you are a parenting team member. You are part of the parenting team. You are not there to bark orders at the family. You are there to hold their hand virtually and support them through the situation so that they can see the results that they came to you for. Okay, so before we keep going, this is something that everybody needs to understand, because if you do not have this, then you probably are not in the right place, and that's totally okay. There are so many businesses out there. There are so many different things that you can do, and sleep consulting is for a special type of person. And if this is you, amazing, stick with us. And if this is not you, again, that's totally okay. So if you are not passionate about helping families get better sleep, if you are not passionate about helping families transform their lives, and go from these long, long streams of sleepless nights to all of a sudden getting that first 8-hour stretch of sleep, or getting that first 4-hour stretch of sleep in months, then this isn't for you. You have to have that fire in your belly and that excitement for seeing positive change in families. And if you don't have that, again, totally fine. It just means that this may not be the right thing for you, and that's okay. But if you do feel that, if you do feel excited about being able to help initiate and help families find that positive change in their lives, then welcome, you are in the right place. Okay, so again, before we jump into the marketing piece, because we're about to get to it, this is super important. We need to talk about financials, because this is a business. You're not here for fun. You're not here because you're looking for a hobby. You're here because you want to earn money, and you're here because you are excited to be able to do that in a way that feels good to you and in a way that you are passionate about. So let's talk about the financials. So here is a chart that we provide to our students that is something that allows you to just kind of see what's possible. And this is a really realistic idea of what you could potentially earn as a sleep consultant whenever you follow the practices that we provide you, whenever you follow our business plan, everything like that. So if you want to work very, very part-time, so about 8 to 10 hours a week, you could earn around $2,700 or more per month. If you want to work a little bit more, like let's say 15 hours per week, then you could earn around $5,200 or more per month. If you want to work around 25 hours or even closer to like 30, 35 hours, you could earn around $8,600 or more per month. So these numbers come from an average sales price of $400. So that means if you are working with clients and you're charging them $400 and you want to work these amount of hours per week, that is what you could potentially earn per month. If you're charging more than that, then you're going to earn more than that. If you are working more than that, then you're going to earn more than that. So it all comes down to putting yourself out there, growing your business in the right way, and being willing to learn everything that you need to know to provide the best service ever and ensure that your clients are getting amazing results, because then they are going to be your biggest fans and they are going to tell everybody that they know about you. So a typical sleep consulting package costs around $300 all the way up to well over $1,500. And that just depends on the experience that you have and the level of support that you offer. I will tell you that in general, if you are offering on the higher end of support, so around 2 weeks of ongoing support, and that support is very asynchronous. So you are texting or emailing the clients, you're not really scheduling calls or anything like that. Then that higher end package is going to typically cost around like $700. And it could even be more than that. And that package is going to take you about 4 to 5 hours to execute. So over a 2-week period, you're spending around 4 to 5 hours total with that client. And that means you are spending that time writing their sleep plan, assessing their needs, responding to their text messages, responding to their emails. You will typically schedule one call with them where you are going to go over that sleep plan with them. So all of that information and all of that support is included in that 4 to 5 hour estimate. And again, you can earn around $600 or $700 or even more with that one client package. So let's just use a different number here. Let's say that you are charging $600 per client and you work with just 5 clients per month. That is $3,000 per month working just 5 to 6 hours per week. Okay. So this is why I say you're not trading time for money. You are providing a high level, highly in demand support service that clients are looking for and are willing to pay for. So stop trading time for money, and instead you can run your own business where you set the pricing and you set your hours and you decide what all of that is going to look like. So how can you fast track your success in your business as a sleep consultant? That's what we are here to talk about. Let's dive in. We provide in our program 3 proven ways to find your clients, which means marketing, right? 3 proven ways to market your business with no cold DMs required ever. You get to choose what works for you. There is no one size fits all pressure. And I want you to understand as we keep going that sleep is a relationship business. And what do I mean by that? You have business relationships. So you're building relationships with prospective clients and you're having to build that trust, that credibility, and that likability. You are also building relationships with referral partners, which we'll talk about in just a little bit. Then you have relationships with clients. You have relationships with your client directly. You have relationships between your client and their child that you are focused on as well. And then you have the relationship that your client's child has with sleep and their sleep environment. And those are all things that you have a pretty big impact on as a sleep consultant during the time that you're working with them. So the 3 most successful marketing strategies for sleep consultants, and what we really cover in a very deep way in our program, is social media marketing, strategic partnerships and referrals, and then referrals from past clients. And we're going to go through each of them one by one. So the elephant in the room, and I say that because I hear from so many different prospective students that they hate social media or they don't want to be on social media. And so a lot of clients will ask me, do you have to be on social media to be successful? Or do I have to be a social media influencer to be successful? And the answer is no, you do not. You do not have to even be on social media to be successful. It is a way to build your business, and it is a really good way to build your business, but it is not the only way, and it is not something that is required to be successful. So let's talk about it though. Social media marketing is, again, just one of the many strategies for success. And what does this actually look like in practice? It looks like posting engaging content at least once every 2 to 3 days on a social media platform, building relationships with followers in the direct messages. So that does not mean cold messages. That means you are connecting with people who are already following you, who have already raised their hand and said they are interested in what you do. It means including strong call to actions in every post. If you don't know what that means, that's okay. We dive into all of it inside our program. And it means connecting with people daily. Connection is absolutely key. If you decide that social media is where you want to hang out, it's where you want to build your business, you can't just post and then ghost. You have to actually connect with people and build relationships. Okay, so let's give one of our most extreme examples of one of our graduates. This is Katie from Well Rested Wee Ones. Katie is a pediatric nurse practitioner. Then she became a sleep consultant and left her pediatric nurse practitioner job to do this full time. I took this screenshot several months ago, so her following may have changed since then. But as of a few months ago, she had over 500,000 followers on Instagram. She's been doing this about 3 years at this point, so not very long and is now probably the second biggest sleep consultant in the world and is absolutely crushing it. She has a whole team of sleep consultants that work with her now, and she has leveraged social media to grow her business. Now, is Katie's success the norm? Absolutely not. You cannot expect to start an Instagram and all of a sudden explode to 500,000 followers. But you do not need 500,000 followers to make the money that you want to make. And we're going to talk about an example of that in a second. All that you need is to show up consistently and passionately and connect with your followers. So let's look at another example. This is Lindsay. Lindsay graduated from our program in November of 2024. Actually, it was closer to December. It was the end of November. She owns Sleepy Bear Consulting. And you can see from here, I have not looked at her page in a couple of months, but she had about 50 followers on Instagram and 172 followers on Facebook. She has leveraged a different approach than Katie. While she does use social media consistently to grow her business, it's not about posting and it's not about growing a viral or very huge following page. Instead, she has focused 100% on connecting on social media. So she leverages her Facebook to reach out to people, connect with them, give advice, and build those connections really, really individually. So what she has shared with me is that she will go into mom Facebook groups and she will see somebody that's asking about sleep. She will connect with them there, give them some free advice. Then typically they end up connecting with her on Messenger and she engages with them, creates that connection and that relationship with them. And a lot of times it ends up resulting in a sale. So she has leveraged genuine connections through social media to build a really successful business. She is one of our examples of paying off her investment much more quickly than 90 days after graduating. She paid back her full investment of over $4,000 because she was in our live program. She paid it off in just 5 weeks after graduating from our program, and she has continued to thrive in her business. So we support you in growing your social media or using your social media to gain clients by providing really deep dive lessons on social media. So everything from setting up your profile to creating reels to actually selling on social media. We have expert workshops that are added frequently to keep you up to date on the ever-changing platforms. And we also have live Q&A calls every single month for business specifically to help you anytime that you are stuck. Okay, so let's talk about number 2, strategic partnerships. Strategic partners are other professionals who serve the same client, but serve them in a different way from you. So an example could be pediatric dentists, pediatricians, occupational therapists, foster or adoption agencies, doula agencies, and there are so many others, but that is just somewhere to start. We also see a lot of students, and I did it myself, connect with daycares. Local daycares can be a great resource. So how does this work? You are able to, no. So how does this work? Strategic partnerships and referrals might be the only thing that you need to grow your business. A lot of our students find this to be the most quick and fast way to grow their business. So the way that this works is you research local professionals in your area who may be great partners. You reach out to them via email or phone call if you prefer to ask if you can connect and get to know them. And then if it's a good fit, you will discuss how you can support each other's businesses. This is about building a long-term relationship where you can become their go-to sleep coach that they tell people about whenever they are needing support. Or you may find that you have clients to refer to them as well, depending on what their specialty is. And it really can become this really mutually beneficial relationship that can grow your business so much faster than you could on your own. So here's a couple of examples of our students who have really leaned into this. This is Courtney. Courtney is from Counting Sleep with Courtney. She is the only sleep consultant and the main sleep consultant for a company in her local area called Insomnia Moms. Insomnia Moms is a concierge company that provides support to families in various different specialties. So they've connected with lots of different specialists, including Courtney as a sleep consultant, and they will do an intake with that client to find out what they need, and then they refer them out to the different specialists depending on what that client is specifically looking for. So Courtney is their only sleep consultant. They refer out every mom that comes to them who is looking for sleep support to Courtney specifically. She gives them a small percentage of that package that they sell, and then she keeps everything else. And then she has that client as a referral in the future as well, because she's amazing and she provides amazing support. And the clients that she works with are excited to share her with others. Then we have Nicole from the Baby Hypnos. Nicole has done a ton of different partnerships. This is just one example, but this is an example of a partnership that she did with a jewelry company in her local area. This is why I say, like, don't just limit yourself to the typical daycare or pediatrician. It can go so much beyond that, and it can be such a great way to grow your business. So they did this little giveaway for Mother's Day last year, and it helped both of them grow their accounts, grow their reach, and get in front of so many more people than they would have individually. So again, this is why we say you do not have to use social media to be successful. There are so many other ways to grow your business effectively. We teach you how to build these connections, even if you're introverted, and I am absolutely introverted, so you can grow your business strategically this way. We provide you with templates to use to do that initial outreach so that you're not starting from scratch and just staring at a blank screen. We also have a lesson on how to find partners to connect with, whether you have any connections to start with or not. And then again, we have our live business Q&A monthly, where you're able to jump in and get direct support anytime you need it. Okay, so let's talk about referrals from past clients. This is the cream of the crop when it comes to building your business. This is where you want to get to eventually, where you are no longer even having to market your business, because your clients are so excited about what you provide and they want you to have the success that you deserve, because they know that you're amazing and they know that you can help so many people. So here's what it boils down to. Provide incredible service, and your clients will tell everybody that they know about you. And that starts with being really good at what you do, which is what we help you with, of course. We want you to be so successful, and we want you to be the best sleep consultant out there. And so we provide you everything you need with our training and our support to ensure that you are able to accomplish that. So here's what you do. You ask for a review at the end of your time together, either Google or Facebook or both. You remind your clients how much referrals mean to you and your business. And then this is absolutely key. Thank them. Every time they send somebody your way, reach out to them and personally thank them. Write them a note, send them a text message, give them a call, whatever it is that works best for you and them. Reach out and just tell them, thank you so much for referring this client to me. It means so much to me that you are still thinking about me and that you are willing to share your experience with me. So here's an example, Annika from the Sleep Society. Annika is one of our graduates from Sweden. She has built her entire business through word of mouth referrals. Last year, she actually had to launch a DIY course because she had reached her maximum capacity and she was not able to serve as many clients as she wanted to. And she had this long waiting list. And so she launched that course to be able to support more families and be able to ensure that she was able to provide that additional help to families who needed it. She did share with me that a lot of the clients would tell her, like, I'll just wait until you have an opening because I really want to work with you, which is amazing. But then other clients were happy to take this resource and get this course while they waited for her to be able to support them individually. Okay, so we support you with this specific area of marketing by providing an email template for offboarding clients so that you can increase your chance of getting testimonials and referrals. We also provide you with the highest level of sleep education and support so that you can provide incredible service. And then we also have, again, our live Q&A calls monthly to help you anytime you get stuck. And in between those Q&A calls, I didn't mention this, but we also have an entire community for support where you can pop in literally anytime you need it to get the help that you need. Okay, so I want to be super straightforward and real that these successes that I've shared with you and all of the successes that I will share with you, they take work and commitment. This is not something that you're just going to build out of thin air or that is going to magically become a successful business. You have to put in the work and you have to commit to it. But you will have every resource and every piece of knowledge that you need to be able to make that success happen because we provide you with everything you need to do that. You just have to bring in the work and commitment to be able to make it happen. So, how does this actually translate to real life? If you start your business now, if you started our program now, you could launch your business in just 3 months. So, let's look at what that breaks down to. Your potential timeline would be if you start now, you would complete your sleep education in July. In August, you would start your client education and your volunteer work because we do require 5 volunteers before you graduate. And then in September, you would finish your volunteer work and do your business and marketing training, and then launch your business at the end of September or early October. So realistically, by this time in October, you could already have a thriving business. So I want you to think about and reflect on why you came to this marketing workshop today. Maybe you are frustrated that even though, like me, you have checked all the boxes, you've done all the right things, life isn't what you thought it would be. It could be that you're tired of feeling like you're surviving this life versus actually living. Or maybe you've seen others having success with sleep consulting and you wanted to see if it could work for you too. So I think you probably already know that I feel this way, but sleep consulting is absolutely amazing and it can transform your entire life. And I believe that if you have stuck with me to this point, you have what it takes to excel with sleep consulting. You already know what it takes. You already know that you need to be passionate about this. You already know that you need to be willing to put in the work. And this is something that you can literally get started with right now. And please remember that nothing that I've shared with you today is theory or just things that might work. These are the exact strategies that our grads have used to create highly successful sleep consulting businesses. As I mentioned earlier, we have already helped over 500, actually nearly 600 students to launch their business. It doesn't matter if you've run 10 businesses before or 0 businesses before. It is all about baby steps and taking action. So I want to show you one example of a real mom with real results. This is Jessica from Sleeping Moon Sleep Consulting. You can read through these in detail, but she just said that she is so thankful for the program. She is a month in and she has already made back her initial investment. Something that she thought was going to be fun and fulfilling has turned into such a financial and schedule blessing for her family so quickly. And then you can see down here, everything I learned from the Cradle Coach Academy has been priceless, especially regarding the business side of things. She also shared in here that she is in absolute shock how many people she already had on her wait list. This is a message that she sent to us whenever she was graduating. So some of the big benefits of becoming a sleep consultant is that you get to have complete control over your work schedule. You have the ability to set your own earning potential. As I said earlier, you decide what you charge. And then you get to positively impact families' lives daily. Imagine waking up to those messages like I showed you earlier and being able to see the impact that you are having on their lives. This is incredibly fulfilling work. No more will you be feeling like you're just getting through the day, and instead you will feel so excited about what you get to do because it is so fulfilling. You also have the ability to fit work in around your life versus fitting life in around work. I definitely was at a place in my corporate job where I felt like I was just able to find tiny pockets of time to fit in my family life. Whereas now I find tiny pockets of time to fit in my business. And I'm able to truly live my life the way that I want to live my life. So, if there is one big thing that I wanted you to take away from today, it is that we have literally cracked the code at the Cradle Coach Academy on how to hack the business of sleep consulting so that we can show anybody who has the passion and commitment how to become a successful sleep consultant and launch a successful business. It has changed my entire life, as I've shared with you, and it has also changed the lives of our students. You can make a lot of money doing this, and you can transform your life into one that you only dreamed could be possible. So, the obvious question is, how can you apply this system for leveraging the power of and profiting from our system for becoming a successful sleep consultant? And you have a choice. You can wait for that elusive right time that will literally never come along, or you can take a chance on yourself and jump in now and take the first step towards your dreams. So, what is the Cradle Coach Academy's Pediatric Sleep Consultant Certification Program and Business Accelerator? It is our complete step by step certification program. It is designed to take you by the hand to become a successful sleep consultant. No missing steps, no confusion. It is the quickest and most effective way to get from zero sleep or business background to becoming a sleep expert and confident business owner in as little as 3 months. And it is the best of both worlds. It is self paced, but it also has live support to meet you where you are throughout the program. You get 24/7 instant access. It is self paced, so you can study when it works for you. You can access it from your phone on the app that we have for our program, or you can do it on your laptop. It is literally step by step. Nothing is left out. Absolutely nothing. We have thought of everything, and we are constantly adding more to better support to better support our students. There is a constant growing community of smart and savvy women who are on the same journey as you, and they are incredibly supportive and encouraging. So let's get into the nitty gritty of what is actually included. So, component one is the sleep science and all of the sleep knowledge that you need. We have the role of a sleep consultant. Then we go into the science of sleep and healthy sleep foundations. This module is taught half by me and then half by Dr. Sujay Konsagra, who is that sleep doc on Instagram. He teaches you everything you need to know about the research behind sleep consulting and about the research behind sleep science and how it is completely safe and does not impact attachment. 3, we dig into temperament and sleep techniques and how to identify what method is going to be right for the families that you're working with. Then we go into the breastfeeding relationship, which is taught by a lactation consultant. Then we go into the newborn guide, everything you need to know about how to support families with newborn sleep. Then we talk about the importance of nutrition. This module is taught by a pediatric nutritionist. Then we go into common sleep problems and how to address them. Then we talk about naps, how to handle nap situations, how to best support families with short naps and with getting more consistent naps. So after naps, we are digging into everything that you need to know about toddler sleep and including emotional development in toddlers, which is taught by a pediatric occupational therapist. Then we have brought in a sleep expert who is specifically focused on toddlers, and she teaches you all of the strategies that you need to know that are different when it comes to teaching a 2 to 7-year-old client how to sleep versus an infant. So she goes into all of the nitty-gritty specific strategies that you need there. And then we dive into multiples, twins, and more, which also includes medical red flags. And this includes a discussion with 2 of our graduates who have a medical background. One is Katie, who I spoke about earlier, the pediatric nurse practitioner. And the second one is Uma, who is a physician. And we talk about what to look out for when it comes to medical red flags, how to know if you need to refer out to a pediatrician, how to know if you need to get pediatrician approval, and so much more. So then we jump into the client process because it's amazing to have all of that information we just talked about, but you need to know how to actually bring it together and work with clients. So this is where we dive into gathering information, building your sleep plans, how to present your sleep plans to clients, how to set follow-up support boundaries, and then adding delight to the client experience. This is also where you will start to work with your volunteer clients with our support. So then in our business accelerator, this is a very in-depth program, but we've just kind of summarized it here so that you can see the basics of what is included. We have the heart work, so laying the foundation. Then we have logistics and administration, where we're teaching you all of the ins and outs of what you need to do to actually formally set up your business. Then we dive into all of the details of marketing your business. We go super deep into the strategies that I shared with you today. Then we go into the sales process, how to sell without the ick. And then we have our full social media deep dive. And then lastly, we give all of our students access to a program that used to be $1,000 and separate, but now it's included in our business accelerator and our sleep consultant certification program. And that is how to accelerate your growth with meta ads that are super inexpensive. So using $2 to $3 a day to grow your business. So the self-study sleep consultant certification program is going to be ideal for those who want ongoing community, flexibility, and peace of mind. This program is going to give you lifetime access to support, mentorship, and continuing education so that you can grow your business on your own terms. So again, lifetime access to our community program and support. We have our 2 times a month group Q&A calls that are live. One is business focused, one is sleep focused. We have our private community with nearly 400 students. Grads and 2 mentors. You are able to go at your own pace, move as fast or as slowly as you want to. And you have the ability to fit work in around your life versus fitting life in around work. And that comes to how it works with our program as well. So what is the investment? When you enroll within the next 4 days, you are going to save $400 just because you were part of this workshop. So that means that our program will be $2,900 instead of being the current $3,300. For those of you in the United States, we also offer Affirm, Klarna, and Afterpay, and those will offer lots of different options to be able to get that pay in full pricing of $2,900 while still getting a payment plan through one of those companies. So here's a couple of other examples of our amazing student feedback. So this is Yusra. She shared that she had paid off her full tuition. And again, she was part of our live program. So it was over $4,000 and she paid it off in a little less than a month. And then this is another student who shared with us that she had just graduated a couple of months ago. And she had a call on Monday from her day job telling her that layoffs were coming. And she didn't feel the panic that she had felt previously because she chose to invest in herself and she has a business that is thriving. She shared that she has 3 active clients that week and then another one starting Monday and more sales calls coming. And then you can see this comment from one of our students who was about to graduate. And she shared that she was just so excited and said, "Thank you so much for helping me make my dream come true. It has been a life-changing journey already." If you are already certified and you are looking for more marketing support and want to add another certification to your skill set, then you can reach out to me on Instagram and I will share with you the different options that we have for you as well. So now it is your turn. I'm going to turn it over to you. Let's go ahead and jump into questions. Please share any questions that you have about our program, about launching your business, about what it's like to be a sleep consultant. Absolutely anything that you are thinking about, go ahead and share them with me and I'm happy to answer them. All right, so I had 3 different questions, I believe, that were submitted ahead of time. So I'm going to go ahead and pull those up. Let's see, stop sharing. There we go. Okay, so one of the questions that I got was, how much time does this actually take each week once I'm up and running? I have 2 young kids and I'm currently working part-time. I love the idea of fitting work in around my life, but I need to be realistic about what I can handle. So when it comes to actually running your business and working with clients, It's of course going to vary from person to person. It's going to vary depending on how you decide to market your business. It's going to vary depending on how many clients you're wanting to work with on a weekly basis. But in general, I would say that if you are considering working part-time, so let's say, 10 hours a week, then as I shared in the example, you could expect to work with about 5 to 7 clients a month. And so that would mean that you would be working about 2 hours a day. And so that would be you just trying to, work around your part-time job, work around your kids' schedules. For me, whenever I was working full-time and I still, of course, had my 3 kids and I had my life and I was building my business, I worked mainly during my like early in the morning before my kids woke up and then after my kids went to sleep. And then I also fit in some work time on like my lunchtime at work or in between calls. I would respond to quick client questions, things like that. So it's hard to really nail down exactly how much time commitment because it really depends on what you want to do. Like you get to create that schedule. You get to decide when you are available for your clients. You get to decide when you're going to market your business and how much time you're going to spend on it. A lot of our students will ebb and flow their business based on what they have going on in their lives. So whenever they have a little bit more time, they'll spend more time marketing their business and they'll increase their sales. When they have a little bit less time, they will increase or they'll decrease the amount of time that they're spending on marketing and therefore decrease the amount of sales that they're making. So not really a direct answer, but there's not really a direct answer. So it really just depends on what that looks like for you. So another question that I got submitted ahead of time was, what if I complete the program but still struggle to find clients? And the concern for this individual was that the marketing piece just intimidates them a little bit. So totally understand that. As I shared throughout this workshop, we give you everything that you need to succeed. Now, of course, there's going to be those circumstances where somebody is going to feel like they are doing everything, but they still are not getting the momentum that they want to get in their business. And that is where you need to lean on our support. You need to come to our business calls, chat through it with me. Tell me what you're doing. Tell me what you have been doing on a daily basis. What are you doing to market your business? And then you and I can talk through what you could do differently, what you could add to your routine, what you could take away from your routine, and how you could really focus on the things that are going to give you the most bang for your buck. So the moral of the story there is you're not alone. You have support. You have us there to help you through it. So take advantage of that and make sure that you are utilizing that mentorship and support that you have. Let's see. I lost the question. Hold on. Okay, so is there any guarantee or way to know that this will actually work for me personally? So, of course, I cannot guarantee success. This is exactly what we would say to a client who was coming to us for sleep support and they were telling us, can you guarantee my success or is there a money back guarantee? We can't guarantee your success because we are not going to be doing this for you. You are still going to have to show up. You're still going to have to put in the work and the effort. You are still going to have to provide incredible service to the clients that you're working with. If you are not treating clients well, they're not going to refer you. If you are not getting them great results, they're not going to refer you. And if you're not putting the effort into marketing your business, you're not going to grow your business. But what I can tell you is that if you follow the guidance that we provide, if you put in the effort to gain your certification and to become the best sleep consultant that you can be, which we provide all of the information you need to do that. And if you go through the steps that we provide in our business accelerator, which literally give you the answers to the test, like we give you step-by-step instruction, exactly what you need to do to launch and grow your business, you will be successful. It may not happen overnight, but you will find success if you are consistent and if you follow the process. So that was all of the questions that I had. If you have any other questions for me, or if you want to chat with me directly, you can always connect with me. I have a Calendly invite where you can find time directly to book a call with me and we will get on a Zoom call together. You can also always message me on Instagram or email me, and I am happy to answer any questions that are coming up for you and chat through it all with you directly. So let me know how I can help, and I am excited to chat with you and hopefully help you start this amazing journey. So thank you so much for being here, and I hope you have an incredible day.